Larry Flynt is offering Richard Mourdock $1 million if he can prove that God actually spoke to him and told him that God intended for women to get pregnant as a result of a rape.
That's awesome. I love Larry Flynt. You know, look, he is, first of all, he's a First Amendment hero. The case that went in front of the Supreme Court where he won was a seminal case, and he fought that tooth and nail. And by the way, he got shot, you know, because of his beliefs and what he did. And I think he's got all the right in the world to do Hustler magazine, to do any kind of pornography, etc. He fought for the rights of Americans to have porn. No, but in reality, the case actually was much deeper than that. It was about political comedy and about the ability to characterize not just politicians, but political figures, public figures, and to mock them, which is a core American value, that you get to speak out against and criticize people that are in that political arena. And then Larry Flynt, during the Bill Clinton-Monica Lewinsky scandal, offered money, again about $1 million, for information on Republicans' affairs. And you know what? He got one of them.
Yeah.
He got Bob Livingston, who was going to be the next Speaker of the House. And then it turns out the guy who was Bob Livingston was like, impeach Clinton, how dare he have an affair? And it turns out, of course, he was having multiple affairs. So, and then next thing you know, he had to step down. That's awesome. When you put your money where your mouth is and you expose their hypocrisy, that's terrific. So in this case, to full-page ad, and he's like, hey, Richard Mourdock, the Senate candidate from Indiana, of course, the one that Anna's referring to that said, hey, you know, if you got raped and then you got pregnant, God intended it. And then later said, well, I didn't mean the rape. I mean that the rape was unintended by God, but the conception was intended by God.
Right.
There's a little bit of a logical fallacy there. Anyway, he's like, look, if you know God's intentions, and you can prove it if you got an email from God or maybe a fax if he was old school. God's old school. He might have sent a fax. Okay, show me the email or the fax and I'll give you $1 million. Awesome.
I love it. I love it. So in this full-page ad, he wrote the following: except for purposes of this reward, any verifiable transcript of your personal conversations with God, letters, emails, text messages, or videos from God, or messages addressed to you from God transmitted by any third party, including the Republican National Committee or the Romney-Ryan campaign. He continues to write, I assume that you would not have made this statement unless you had been authorized by God. No one who believes in God would ever use the Almighty's name in vain. That would be blasphemy.
I love that last part too. And it turns out, by the way, I made up the part about fax. Okay, but I like the idea of God making a YouTube video. Hey, Richard, this is God. This is the moment of your liberation.
Oh my God.
Oh shit, it turns out God is Bane. The rape was intended so that you could have fertilization.